What's up, y'all? It's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger, and guess what? Your boy got something to say. Now, I'm probably a little late on the game, but here's a situation I'm gonna have to bring up. Now, some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know, but Steve Harvey did a video where he was speaking on his faith. And it's not like it's an old video, it's like it's still kind of fresh, but yet it's still being talked about. How this is a guy that basically spent almost the last 20 years being a man of faith, believing in Jesus Christ as Lord, being the forefront of celebrity Christians that was, speaking on faith and stuff like that. Ain't afraid to show his flaws and none of that stuff, but he was always that guy that we know that will always speak on, he'll tell his testimony of how God has been good to him and how God has blessed him to do some amazing things, like go to certain places and receive so many certain jobs and stuff like that. I mean, he did it on his television show many times. His own YouTube channel has many motivational videos where he does speak about God and giving God glory and all that good stuff. And there's been many times where he even been through some controversial stuff. So this latest video of him speaking about his faith is no different on the controversy. How so? Here's how it goes. Lately, he's been vacating, hitting up the other side of the world at Saudi Arabia. I gotta admit though, Saudi Arabia looking real good as far as not only culture, but the architect and how and their economics and how they spend money and do this, that, and the third, and how they, enjoy life different from how folks in America enjoy life, and it's amazing. However, this one particular video got folks like my attention. He basically did on the video speaking about his faith and how he believe in God and this, that, and the third, which is cool, which is what we all should expect from Steve Harvey. However, he made a statement that will probably have people either questioning or already debunking this man's faith, and even question whether or not he's a real Christian, as if that man never had no time dealing with that. Yet, he let it be known how unique his faith is. He believed, and I quote, that he believed that there's no one way to heaven, there's no one way to paradise. Because he kind of have his analogy on how different religion, that how many religion, it's like how many channels you can get now, like how many cable channels, let's say about 800. That's what his number was, 800 channel, and how people are being entertained by one of those channels. So you feel like whether you believe that there's one way or not, people are going to be entertained, and then let it be known like, Islam is a religion of peace. Okay, but yet even that statement is debatable. But I don't want to speak on that statement. I want to speak on a statement where he said there is no one way to heaven, there is no one way to paradise. Here's my thing. Any man of faith will never say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Not and I'm not saying that this man is not a man of faith. However, I question whether or not his theology or his knowledge of religion of even the religion that he grew up on, because he always said that, his mom is a, Sunday school teacher. But yet I question his theology, not his mama's theology. That would be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely be disrespectful to his late mother. May she rest in peace. But to say stuff like there is no one way to heaven, and as a Christian, especially if you believe that Christianity is your religion, or is your faith-based base, excuse my enunciation, faith-based reasons. If you believe that there's no one way, there is not just one way to heaven, you will have to prove that. Because there's always going to be so many ways to feel like I want to feel good or not. I want to feel great. I want to do this. I want to do that. There's many ways. But when we talking about heaven, and we talking about paradise, and we talking about faith, anybody and their mama would tell you there's only one way to heaven. And that one way to heaven is Jesus Christ. That one way to God, because everybody can believe in God. Nobody's saying that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody is saying that there's no one way, there's only one way to pray to God and one way to serve God. No, we're talking about a pathway to heaven. We're talking about a way to heaven. We're not talking about the ways of doing the activity. We're talking about a destination. Unfortunately, Islam did not provide a pathway to paradise like that. Same thing with Hinduism. Same thing with Buddhism. Same thing with every other religion, except for Christianity. There is a pathway to heaven, and that's Jesus, because he is the pathway. Not only he's the pathway, he is the way. He is the truth. He is the light. He is the resurrection. He is the bread of life. He is the living water. He proven that throughout his whole time when he was on earth. The four gospel alone prove that he is not only what he say he is, but what he has proven to be. Because he has proven to be what the prophet said he was going to be, and what the prophet said he was going to do. So at this point, it's not me questioning whether Steve Harvey is a Christian or not. This is me proving that he has gotten too deep into his success, that he totally has literally, I want to say forgot, but I would say add on to what he believes in. Because it's possible to add in the stuff. There is a possibility to add more to what people believe. And that what got King Solomon in trouble. It's like he believed in God, he believed in Yahweh, but he added more to his success. He added more into his kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And not just with, the how many wives and concubines that he married. We talking about the God that came along with him. And even with Israel bringing other gods bringing other gods into the land to serve, to pray and worship along with God, even to the point where they kind of forgot about God, and God was like, okay, you want to bring other gods into this? Fine, I'm not only gonna give you to them, not only I'm gonna give them to you, I'm gonna let them have their way with you. You can read it through. You can find all these details in especially within the books of all the minor prophets. You know what I'm saying? the minor prophets, not just the major prophets, the minor prophets. And what I'm seeing with Steve Harvey is that he's doing the exact same thing. He's adding on all these other stuff along with the stuff that he grew up on and waved the banner of. He waved the banner of his faith. He never said this is the faith that my mama believed, or this is the faith that my daddy believed, my grandma, granddad, or this, that, and the third. This is his faith. He let it be known that, you know, God is real and God is good and this, that, and the third. He let it be known, even whether folks want to believe it, want to accept it or not, this is what he does. That's what he's been doing. Up to this point where he got a video where he's letting it be known that there is no just one way, when in fact there is just one way. It's always been just one way. And I know that folks is not going to accept what I say or believe what I say or agree with what I say, but you cannot prove that Jesus is not the way, because Jesus proved that he was the way. And I know plenty, and back to the video what I did with about Brandon Tatum talking about Jesus is not God. Jesus proved that he was God. He proved that he is God. And a lot of people are not going to accept that. Why? Because to say that there's only one way, it's ridiculous to some folks, because it's unfair to some folks that there's only one way. Like there's only going to be one winner out of 10 teams. You know what I'm saying? Or at least 16 teams. It's going to be one winner. There's going to be one team that's going to win a championship. There's going to be that one person that's going to win. And there's always going to be that one way to get to point A to point B. There is no other way. There is no shortcuts to get to point A to point B. There is no quick way. There is one way of doing things, and there's only one way to heaven. And many folks is not going to enjoy that. Not too many people love the idea that there's only one way to heaven. Unfortunately, you can believe all you want to. Nobody's going to stop you from believing that there's more than one way. But Oprah got dealt with that, and now Steve Harvey has got to deal with it. You got to deal with the fact that there's one way. You can disagree all you want to, but there's still one way. And Jesus is the only one out of all the religious figures that you can name that not only say that they're the way, but they're proven to be the way. But that's just me, man. At the end of the day, we all got free wills to believe whatever we want, but there's only going to be one truth out of many opinion. There's going to be one fact out of many opinions. And when it's all said and done, you have a choice to believe what you want to believe. But at the end of the day, the fact's going to be the facts, the truth's going to be the truth, and the results are going to be what you want or what you don't want. But majority of the time, it's always going to end up to being what it is, whether you like it or not. This your boy P-Lot, a.k.a. the Brick Slinger. If you like what you see, dislike what you see, the like buttons and the dislike buttons are there. Comment if you agree or disagree. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. Because I would love to continue to give you more content of what's going on and how I see things. And then at the end of the day, you can do what you want. Till then, keep sharpening one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Laborers.